Hello, and welcome back to the Bring 'em It podcast. Slightly different spin on things today. I think last two podcasts have had a bit less structure, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah,
Rory,
absolutely terrible.
Rory's come forward with a bit of an idea himself, actually, today. Would you like to introduce your idea, Rory? Well, not yours, but...
No, not mine, and yeah, I'd love to. So it's a take on the classic BBC Radio 4 show Desert Island Discs, where they get like a celebrity on and ask them to like name a film, a book, and an album. I think it is that they take to a desert island if they were stranded there to keep them entertained. Obviously, I saw it recently on the Jackmate podcast where they did their own spin on it, and I thought that's a similar like situational podcast to ours. There's 3 of them. So I thought it'd be good if we did it. So for our one, we've gone with movie, TV series, and game, which I think sort of suits our personalities a bit more than maybe a book and an album, possibly. I don't know if I think you guys agree.
Well, yeah, we were decided because we had 5 options. We had the sort of the 2 that we didn't include that Jackmate did, and then we introduced TV series and game. So, but I think me and Rory were okay with book, but Tom didn't really want to do book. And then Tom and Rory wanted to do album, but I don't know any albums, literally none. I had to Google an album.
We went for 3 that we'd all be able to pick one of.
Yeah, and theme related as well, because technically
moving image. Yeah,
the episodes we're doing at the moment is all film and TV series and everything like that.
This one's a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
A bit like a bonus episode. Not a bonus episode per se.
I was looking forward to this, I've got to admit.
Bonus episodes.
Yeah.
Wait.
So,
it's a bit fruity.
Just to set the scene, Rory.
Yeah, you know.
So we're on a desert island.
Yeah.
Palm trees in the background. The air's a cool breeze. You've got a long beard. Maybe like a nice staff.
Well, not Henry.
Nice staff or something. Maybe not Henry. No, he does have a problem with that. In front of you, you have a TV, which magically has power.
A games console.
A games console.
We have a generator.
With a DVD player, or maybe a streaming service, whatever you prefer to.
Yeah.
We just downloaded 2 things on Netflix just before we lost internet connection.
Yeah.
So we've got no Wi-Fi. But that is a genuine thing. I reckon that could happen. So.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, we're on a flight and we downloaded 2 things to watch on the flight, and then bam, we've crashed.
And here we are.
And everything's intact.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what sort of parameters you guys have set with these films and stuff, and what you've gone for, because I've sort of tried to tailor it so that it'd make more sense on an island experience.
Same.
I think first we should start with movies, seeing as we are a movie-based podcast.
Yeah.
So I reckon we go to Henry first, and I'd like to know what movie you've gone for.
Right. Okay, this is the one I'm least sure about, because I was thinking there's a lot of films I've enjoyed, but I did set the premise, and this is I'm saying it now. My premise was like escapism, because I was thinking, you're in a bit of a rubbish scenario here, you know. Are we gonna die, Rory? Are we gonna die?
We could survive. We could
might.
survive.
So
it's,
we want
it's
hope.
not set. Maybe we need the morale from these films to survive.
Okay. Yeah, I was hoping.
Are we there
that'd be the
together?
case.
No, we're not there together. You're on your one. You're
we're
fully
just
on your
alone.
ones.
Okay.
3 separate desert islands. That's
Yeah.
a shame. But yeah, anyway, my premise was escapism, but I wanted a sort of mix of escapism and a genuinely good film, and I bet you wouldn't have guessed this for like I would have bet £100 that you wouldn't have guessed this. I actually went for Pirates of the Caribbean. The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Well, that's not escapism.
Yeah, it is.
That's like you're stuck where you are. If you watch that, you're like, I'm on a desert island. Then you turn on the TV. I'm on a desert island.
Yeah, in 3 of the Pirates films, he's trapped on islands.
Well, okay, fine. Inspiration then. Imagine the hope
that you could get out.
There could be a spirit shipment coming to my island.
Yeah, You're right, Henry. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you had a rum store like he does in the first one, and you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, I could imagine that being good fun.
Exactly. I like rum too.
I don't think that's part of the game where you get the things in the film.
No.
God, that would be.
I'm not sure that's escapism either. But carry on.
Okay, fine.
I'd love to listen to your reasoning.
No, my escapism was more of the general theme, but it's okay, fine. It's more inspiration for that one, but it's just funny, isn't it? It's just light-hearted. I like Johnny Depp. I like the music. Music's very important for me in films. Some of the good soundtrack. I don't know.
Long as well.
Is it the first Pirates?
The first one, yeah. The first one's my favourite.
The first one, okay, yeah, that is the best one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that controversial? I don't know if the other ones have higher ratings.
I think that one does have the highest. I'm not sure.
I think that one's known as the best one, to be fair.
People agree with me, yay.
Yep. And if you're getting lonely, there's plenty of eye candy for both whatever sexuality you are. We're still not sure.
No one knows.
We're still not sure.
What about you, Tom, anyway?
I also went for, I'd say escapism, because it's not my favourite film of all time. It's probably quite far from it, but I was thinking if I'm on an island, I want to be reminded of like the good of life and want to be happy. So I've gone for one of my favourite feel-good films. It's About Time. I don't know if either of you've seen it.
The time-travelling rom-com.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah.
it's not the best film of all time, but I've seen it probably like 5 or 6 times, and every time I see it, it just makes me feel happy.
Aww.
Yeah.
And
That's quite a good idea.
Yeah, if I'm stuck on a desert island, because I was thinking maybe Whiplash, maybe like Lord of the Rings, but I'm not going to want to watch Whiplash because it's not a very uplifting film, and if I'm on a desert island alone, I'm going to watch it and be like, well, now I just feel worse.
I had Saving Private Ryan in my notes.
Bloody hell.
God.
Yeah. One of the, like, just pick a really depressing film. Like,
to be fair, once you get to the end of Saving Private Ryan, you get very uplifted, don't you? It's a good feeling at the end.
Chills, yeah, chills.
Absolute chills.
I don't want to spoil About Time, just in case anyone cares about watching it. It's not the best film ever made. It's not, but I really like it. But there are a couple of sad moments, but it's just one of those films where it's a very feel good film. I thought
I respect that.
Yeah, I'd like something that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So that's my film. What about you, Rory?
For me, I had quite a lot of parameters for mine. I went for a long film, a funny film.
Makes sense.
In Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of contrasting styles in it, and I was thinking if I get bored and I want like a new hobby or something, they speak other languages in that film with subtitles as well, so I could try and learn a bit of German or French.
Yeah. But only German specific to that film.
Only a few words, yeah. But it's interesting.
There's a bit of Italian in it. It's like grazie.
Yeah, grazie, Polly.
It's grazie.
There's I don't know. It's also escapism, isn't it? It's a long time ago, a completely different setting. I could take myself away and feel like I'm, I don't know, in lederhosen drinking a German beer.
Escape into the great time of World War II.
World War II. Yeah.
France as well.
It's a nice contrast to my other two that I've picked as well, which I thought was important.
Say hello to your Nazi boss. I was just thinking on the Saving Private Ryan thing. Could you imagine literally just washing up on a beach and then thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna watch a film then," and just seeing Omaha Beach straight away? That'd be a great setting, wouldn't it? A great scene to watch over and over again. Oh, hang on.
Thank God I'm somewhere else.
Stony Beach or Sandy Beach, Rory? In this island, I'm interested.
I think Sandy Beach.
Yeah, we don't want to. We're in a bad situation already. We don't want, so we don't want to sit on rocks.
Don't want to numb butts.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah. So That didn't take as much time as I was expecting to. Does anyone want to talk about some honourable mentions?
I didn't have many, to be honest.
Oh, I didn't go for any, to be honest.
Dark Knight was in there.
Dark Knight.
The Dark.
Mm.
Just because it's one of my favourite films. There was no context to it. I think, and there's a lot of my films. I think for all of these examples, I've actually got a lot of examples which I find that I enjoyed more the first time I watched it, but I don't think I'd enjoy it as much. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, I actually haven't watched in maybe a year or two. I don't know. So that's kind of why I picked it. But something like The Dark Knight Returns or something like that, I think I've actually watched that far too many times. Like, I see it as a classic now rather than something I'd actually want to watch.
Dark Knight Returns?
Was that your favourite one of the two?
Oh, hang on. Is Dark Knight... I don't know if is that right? I think it is,
Dark
isn't it?
Knight Returns is the one with
Batman.
Bane.
It's Batman Returns, then Dark Knight, then Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I don't know why I thought it was...
Which one are you thinking of? Are you thinking of the Joker one?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. It
You think-
is the Joker one. I saw... Yeah,
yeah.
it's weird naming. That series has got some really weird naming system. It's just like Batman, and then the Dark Knight, and then the Dark Knight Rises.
There was a very popular comic series just called The Dark Knight, so I think some of the film is loosely based off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just because it was called Batman Begins at the start. So Batman Begins and Batman never gets a finale.
Oh yeah, it's Batman Begins. It's not even Batman Returns.
If it's called Batman Begins, surely they should have called the last one Batman Ends.
Yeah, well,
Keep a bit of continuity.
bit too anticlimactic.
Batman Ends. It's not the best name for the film.
What about Batman's done?
Batman's retiring.
Batman's finished.
Batman's been there.
Batman's faking his own death so he can retire into the south of France.
Spoilers!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Tom.
I doubt anyone listening to this has not seen that film.
What if someone goes to a desert island and says, "Oh yeah, that film they were talking about on the Bring 'Em It podcast, that's a great film, I'll do that," and then they hear that. Then they can't, then they won't enjoy it anymore.
Should we keep our little palm tree paddle boat moving away from the desert island?
Yeah.
Move on to TV series.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you rehearsed that.
Right, so seeing as I went for Henry last time, I think this time we'll mosey on up to Tom and see what he thinks.
Whoa,
okay.
It's improvised.
Well, this one was a bit more difficult because I had it down to 2 different shows, and I was thinking, should I go the escapism route again to try and make myself feel happy? And if I did, I would have gone for Scrubs. Because
I love Scrubs.
That's a good shout.
It's probably my favourite comedy, and it's quite long.
9 seasons.
I wouldn't watch the last season.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to talk about the 9th season, are you? You're supposed to call it 8 seasons.
I reckon after you'd watched 8 seasons of it, like loads of times, you'd be like, all right, I'll check the 9th season then.
Yeah, I'll just go for that.
To be fair, I have watched it all 3 times.
Seeing as I went for escapism for the movie, I decided not to go for escapism for the TV show. And I was thinking I should have gone for a longer show, because this show I've done only has 3 series, but I went for the Netflix Daredevil series.
I never finished that.
Different to your first one.
Very different. Because I was like, if I'm going escapism for one route, then I want to go something different for the other route, so I've got a bit of variety.
You could.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like in Inglourious Bastards, you could learn something. You could learn how to fight. You could learn how to learn combat without your eyesight.
With everyone on the island, I could practice the fighting with.
Yeah, you could
koalas, mate. Koalas dropping out the trees. Remember?
It's just like
koalas.
we're not.
It's an in-betweeners.
It's the island we're on, Australia.
It's an in-betweeners reference.
Imagine that. With Daredevil, you've got a bit of everything. You've got great acting for a TV show. You've got some really good stories. You've got some good camera work. It looks really good. Just as a TV show, it's one of my favourites of all time. And it doesn't, for me at least, it doesn't get to the point where it's really bad that I hate it, where some of my other favourite TV shows have ended up. I won't name any names, but it's Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead.
Oh, he's done the thing where he said he wasn't going to name it.
But
Producers do listen to this podcast.
yeah, they might remake it now. But yeah, it's just out of the 3 series, it has a pretty good quality set, and it's just I really like it, and I think it'd be good to have a mix.
Scrubs was a great idea.
The only problem I can pick out with that is there's a lot of crossover with the old Marvel ones, isn't there? And I feel like if you watch them 3 seasons a lot, you'd be like, oh, for God's sake, I can't watch these other seasons that they've put out, and now I really want to.
I did think about that, and I'm not proud of this, but I've seen Daredevil probably 4 times throughout.
Huh. Wow.
I've probably watched every season about 4 times, and for the
Why
other
aren't you
ones,
proud of that?
I don't know. for the other ones, I've watched the first series of Iron Fist. Didn't even bother with the second series. I didn't bother with series 2 or 3 of Jessica Jones, and I didn't bother with series 2 of Luke Cage because I didn't really like them as much. Punisher, I did watch both series. I do like Punisher.
I thought Jessica Jones season 1 was the best one of all the ones I've watched.
Yeah,
that's a story for another day.
Easily.
But I'm just going to say one thing. I think it was the best just because David Tennant was so good as a villain.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's
100%.
big part of it. Yeah.
But yeah, let's go on to Rory.
Oh, me next, is it? Well,
Yeah.
I am the host here, Tom, but I'll let that slide. So for my one, I've gone with quite an obvious one, to be honest. I went with Game of Thrones.
Surprise, surprise.
A big reason behind that is there's 84 hours of watch time in that.
That's
it's
hefty.
Loads of different landscapes. So if I want a bit of escapism, like we were talking about, I can go away to a desert, a snowy landscape, anything really.
An island.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Yeah. It's quite controversial at the end, so I feel like I could do numerous rewatches of it, and every time I'd have a different viewpoint on what's going on with it. I'd be like, oh yeah, no, that time I quite enjoyed the ending.
You could draft.
Yeah, to be fair.
You could draft angry letters to D&D, Rory, for when you get out.
If you're forced to watch it over and over again, you might be like, I really like it now, or it might go the complete opposite, and you'd be like, I hate it even.
Yeah, I'd say that one.
Yeah.
I'd say the latter.
Yeah, probably the latter.
You'd be deteriorating.
The only issue I could find with me picking this is that I've read the books and all of them haven't come out yet, and I feel like it'll piss me off even more if I keep watching Game of Thrones over and over again, knowing that the books could have been better, but I'll never get to read them on this desert island.
Very true.
Yeah.
Or you could just write your own.
I'll take that risk.
But,
Well,
Yeah, I think that's a fair
you
risk.
could write your own ending, Rory. Fan
is true.
fiction, that's what they call it, isn't it?
What would I write it on? Would I just write it in the sand?
Leaf.
In the sand, yeah.
Oh.
And then, who knows, maybe George R.R. Martin might fly over it one day and just go, that's it. That's my ending.
I'm looking for desolate islands with fan fiction, and yours next. Oh, well, here you go then.
Wait, just fly over and look at it. Wouldn't come and save you. Be like,
I'll let you know if this is published.
It's like, what a coincidence.
This is.
Yeah, it could happen.
You never know. You never know. But yeah, that was my one. I think I'll get a lot out of that on the island. Definitely.
But the
And,
trouble
uh,
is, can you download stuff on Now TV like you can on Netflix?
I don't
I
think we have to be specific to.
I'd have
to
the
those
80s box set packed with me, luckily.
Oh, thank God.
Wherever I was going, I wanted to watch Game of Thrones, obviously.
So we do have the DVD player then. That's handy.
Well, yeah.
that's
If we
it.
got
You take your pick.
a console, mate, we got a console.
Have we? Oh, of course we have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're taking a game, mate. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot. Oops. Oopsie daisy.
Should we ask Henry? Although I think we know what he's picked.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you
we're
don't.
not
You know what? You
Not
don't.
coach out his way.
You don't. They think I'm going to say Breaking Bad, don't you?
No, I think
Well.
you're going to say Better Call Saul.
Nah, mate. I'm not one of those. No, I a lot of people.
No, Prison
guess.
Break. Prison Break.
Yeah, I was just about to say Prison Break.
No, stop guessing. But actually,
Sinner.
no, shut up. On Breaking Bad, a lot of people were trying to say that Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. Like that needs to stop.
That's
It's
not right.
I like Better Call Saul, but it's a bit slow. You have to be patient with it. It's not for everyone, you know. But anyway, the one I'd pick is Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Right down that route of escapism, and the reason that I chose it is because it is the series that I've probably revisited the most in terms of watched an episode over and over again and actually enjoyed it every time. I think I've watched every episode at least. I mean, even the ones I don't like, I've watched five times or more. The ones I like, I've watched 10 times or more. It is peak comedy. Rick and Morty.
I like
Love
that.
it.
I think I might have to change mine.
What, to that?
No, to Peep Show.
Oh, that was my honourable mention
as
too.
As soon as he said Rick and Morty, Peep Show went in my head, and I was like, I'm surprised none of us picked it.
I think it has to be Peep Show because
in terms of rewatchability.
Yeah, it takes you back to the mundane of modern life that you probably miss as well when you're on this desert island.
Outstanding
That's
logic.
the escapism you might want.
That's brilliant. Love it.
Brilliant. Should we just end the show here? Peep Show is the answer.
Peep Show?
Peep Show.
No. I'm still going Rick
It's
and
the
Morty.
answer for the game as well.
I'm still going Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I'm still going Rick and Morty, but Peep Show is a great answer. I'm very
Peep
happy
Show.
with that.
Yeah.
I could just walk around the island quoting it to myself as well.
You could do that at Rick and Morty as well.
You could learn every single line, and then if by any chance you get saved, all your friends will be like, "Wow, he knows."
Well, just in case David Mitchell flies over and says, "We're looking for some ideas for the next season."
So I'd just say the ones he's already done, back at him.
No, but you know his character well, so you'd be able to write some of your own fan fiction.
Let's see.
There's a fan fiction theme creeping into this, isn't there?
I've got an idea for a great episode where you get married and then you get pissed. You piss yourself on the things and then you don't get married.
Oh, but Tom, they already did that.
That was the joke, Henry.
Yeah.
Right, now, come on, let's move.
Come on.
I'm knocking at the coconut tree, one plunks down in your head. Oh, look, open it up, there's a game inside. What game is it, Henry?
Oh my god.
The coconut.
You must have planned that.
No, that's all off the dome, mate.
Off the top of the head.
Oh, so it's the coconut, hey. Coconuts kill people at the higher rate of sharks.
Really?
I thought everyone knew that. That's like the most weird thing that people know. Coconuts kill a lot of people.
Probably I've heard that before, to be fair.
Yeah, so if the coconut doesn't kill you, you've got a game. Shall I go? I don't know. No, I'm not going to go first because I've just gone.
Go.
I've just gone though.
No, you go.
Okay.
Shall I go?
Yeah, you go, Rory.
I'll go. Right, for mine, I feel like you probably know what I'm going for.
I did have two guesses. I would have.
I almost failed my GCSEs because of this game.
Yeah.
I've got 500 plus hours on it already, which sort of maybe you'd think try something new, but this is like we're going back to what we love, aren't we? I do love this game, so I've gone for The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, similar sort of fantasy setting to Game of Thrones, but I've switched it to Peep Show now, so that doesn't matter. That's out the window. We're all good there. Many different landscapes, obviously. Snowy ones, wet ones, just everything. Anything you want, really.
Yeah.
It's hugely interactive. There's loads of different paths the story can take. So if you play it once, you do like 200 hours once. You can up the difficulty for the next one and take a completely different path, and the story will be different. And it's a character-based game as well. So that's pure escapism. That's like I'm not even me anymore. I can just zone into Geralt of Rivia. Feel like I have a ponytail.
I did that on Pro Clubs.
You did that on what?
I did that on Pro Clubs, didn't I? And everyone made fun of me for it.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't the worst one you've done. The worst one was Hairless McBlue Eyes.
No, Hairless McBlue Eyes didn't exist. It was Hairless McTiny
Man.
That's it.
and then Blue Eyes McTiny. I don't know, something like that.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No, that was the inspiration. That wasn't the actual name though. But anyway,
Was it actually?
Let's move on from my Pro Clubs.
Yeah, that's a very good pick, Roy.
Yeah, I think so. And there's stimulating stuff in it as well, so I wouldn't be bored.
You could learn alchemy as well.
Replayability factor as well is very.
A lot of replayability. Yeah.
I'd
be buzzing to play that now, not even just on a desert island.
Yeah.
So.
Well, go on then, Rory. Do it now.
I might. Screw this podcast.
Yeah.
You might screw this podcast.
Oh, who knows?
That's impossible.
Who knows?
Anyway, Tom?
Right, again, back the coconut to Tom.
Yeah.
Alright. So I went for a similar vein of replayability. So, like with a game, you're not just going to want to do the same thing over and over again. So I went with one where it gives you choices.
Mass Effect 2?
Yeah.
Ow.
Well,
Sorry.
no suspense there.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's already my favourite game of all time. I've played it a lot of times. Like the first time I played it was like when I was 11 or 12 or something, and I've probably played it every year since. And I haven't got bored of it. It's you can choose whatever you want. It's like if you want escapism, the whole galaxy, that's one big escape.
Does have a massive
yeah,
effect.
I like that.
And then also
you can probe Uranus in it as well, can't you?
Yeah, you can send probes to planets and mine. Like, it's just great. But also, there's supposedly remastering all three of the trilogy into one game. So if that happens, before I get lost on this island, I could have all three games on one disc.
That's cheating.
That's cheating.
I didn't think about that.
That's why I went for Mass Effect 2, just because it's already my favourite game of all time. I've played it more than anything, and I never really get bored of it. And it's got a great story. And if they do remaster it, it'll look even better.
I like the idea of the sci-fi thing coming in. I didn't really think about a sci-fi setting. It's different from that. So switch over and stuff.
TV show, films, none of it was like that.
Yeah.
I guess time travel's a little sci-fi, but
yeah, but only a petty bit. Not as much as Mass Effect.
Yeah. Also, it can be if you do like all side missions and everything, all the DLCs, it's like a 30-hour playthrough, which is relatively long.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I back it. The only problem with your picks, Tom, I feel like they're a bit short. You've got some short picks.
I was. Well, to be fair, About Time's about a 2-hour-long film. Daredevil, 13 episodes each, about an hour long. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I probably should have picked something really long. Like,
if it's what you love, it's what you love.
Yeah. Should have gone for like EastEnders or something, so I'd be able to watch it constantly for like 50 years, one episode a day or something.
That's quite a good idea as well, because that'd sort of feel like you're back home as well. We're not from the East End, but yeah.
I've probably watched about 10 episodes, so everything would be new to me.
Yeah.
That was I should have chose that.
Yeah.
It's too late now. But Henry, what about your game?
Well, my one was quite difficult because I play the games I play. I'm not even close to picking them. I play a lot of FIFA. I used to play a lot of COD. I'm playing Rocket League a lot at the moment. None of which I'd choose because it occasionally gets too stressful. FIFA especially. I'm never ever choosing FIFA. EA, if you can hear me. No one's taking FIFA. No one's taking FIFA on a desert island.
Fix your game, EA.
Yeah, fix your gameplay and do something to pro clubs.
Sake.
But the game I'd pick is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the old. No, I'm joking.
What?
I'm joking.
I was gonna say.
I did like that game though. The little swirly wand thing. But no, I think the game I picked in the end was Batman Arkham City.
Good choice.
Oh, nice. That's a really good choice.
It's not massively long, and I wasn't sure which one I was going to pick. I think if I was to pick out a personal preference, it probably still would be Arkham City, but then I think I'd put Arkham Asylum much closer than most people would. So I was tempted to pick that just to sort of flex my individuality, but I'm not going to do that. Also, because Arkham Asylum is meant to be kind of open map, but it's not. It's more of an arena than a sort of an open map, and Arkham City was.
Yeah, Arkham City was open world. I think I preferred Asylum as well. I think the story of Asylum was better.
Yeah, the Joker thing was just perfect.
So cool.
The thing that annoys me about Asylum is the end. Like, they didn't know how to end it, so they were like, "Oh, just give the Joker the tie-in formula and make him a really annoying bad boss." That's why I prefer City because I think it's more consistent.
That ending crept up on you a bit. That Asylum ending. I remember thinking I was like midway through the game, and then the little party thing, where it's like, oh, you're invited to a party, and then there's the henchman outside, and you're like, oh my god, I've just got to the end of the game because it was the second time I played it. It kind of creeps up on you a little bit. I remember. Go on.
Feeling it's really tense as you walk into the bit with the party or whatever. I remember thinking, wow, this is cool. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the ending wasn't as good as it could have been.
You were younger than me when you played it, I think, because I remember I watched you play.
Yeah, I was.
I remember I watched you play Arkham Asylum, and then I think I pitched it to my mum to ask if I was allowed to play it because it was like a 15 and I was like 10. But I didn't buy my first COD game officially until I was 17. So
I let you borrow World at War, and your mum was like, "No."
Well, yeah, because the first scene was some Vietnamese soldier smacking some American soldier around the face repeatedly. Yeah. We didn't even get to the cigarette stubbed out on the soldier. We didn't get to that bit. I just turned off and went, right, okay, yep, that's a no, isn't it? But I only wanted to play it for Nazi zombies because that was what it was famous for, and I wanted to play that.
The first time I played that game, I was terrified of the Nazi zombies.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea, you know. World at War wouldn't have been a bad idea. Can you imagine that? Just Nazi zombies solos.
You wouldn't want to go for World at War. You'd want to go for like Black Ops 3 because it has every zombie map ever. Plus
that is true.
But the guns, I prefer the guns in World at War. There's more. I don't know, like the old-fashioned stuff. All the new stuff just annoyed me.
Like 3 maps.
Do you two remember? Well, I don't. You've played the campaign of World at War now, haven't you, Henry?
I don't know if I have. I might have played 1 or 2 missions. I can't remember.
Do you remember the bit at the end then, Tom, where the campaign ends and then suddenly you're just thrown into Nazi zombies?
Yeah, I remember. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's the put your pants bit.
I bet very few people expect Nazi zombies.
I don't know if it happened at the time, but like it would have been really really cool if they didn't tell anyone that there was zombies in it, and just when you get to the end, it just throws you in it. And you're like, what the fuck? That'd be so cool.
I don't know if they did that. I can't remember.
But also, I probably should have asked this before we decided to do this, but ignoring the fact that if you had online gameplay, you'd be able to ask for help. Like, say you couldn't do that. Could you pick an online game?
No.
One you could just play
we ain't got
online
Wi-Fi.
forever.
We ain't got Wi-Fi.
I don't see why not.
No.
I don't see why not.
No, it's
not
allowed.
It's a hypothetical situation. It's not like a real...
You can't play online. Like, that's so unfair to all the other people.
We're running like a games console and a TV on nothing. Why can't we have
we've got... I literally said... When you said, "Oh, where the power come from?" I was literally like, "Generator." There we go. And we've got.
We brought a modem with us then and set it up on fucking BT on the island.
Nah, there's not enough voltage, mate.
My choice probably wouldn't change, but it would definitely. It would be cool to think about like just having like Modern Warfare 2, and you could just play it online forever, because that is something you could really play and like. You wouldn't get bored of.
It's too much an obvious choice.
I'd get bored of that. I'd definitely get bored of that.
That's
not for me.
Pick one that has a really good story and a really good online, like The Last of Us.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a go between. Actually, no, I reckon I'd go GTA 5 for that.
Ooh,
now I think about it.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah.
That's a shout, isn't it? There's so much to do on GTA Online.
Yeah,
and the stories
they add stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Guys.
GTA would be the best one to do online as well.
Not to carry on talking about Mass Effect, but Mass Effect 3 had a pretty decent online mode as well. It had a pretty decent online mode, which I wouldn't mind playing that over and over again.
It's banging on again, Rory.
Bloody hell, should we just end it here?
Isn't there a film called Whiplash as well, Tom, that you like?
Well, I mentioned it.
No, Tom, I'm joking. Don't talk about... No. To be fair, we probably should wrap it up because we're on like the 34-minute mark, and there are a lot of people listening to this. Yeah, of course there will be saying, "Oh, I need to go to work now. You're taking too long."
I can't believe we thought this would take long.
Yeah, Rory, go for it.
I am the host, and it's time to finish. It's been fun today, everyone. The plane's just circled overhead. We've played all of our games and movies and stuff, and I can see George R. R. Martin shouting at me from the side of the plane. So it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been fun. So
very natural.
thank you for listening to the Bring It podcast. I hope to
A shorter one today.
host again.
We've all got-
that's me. That's me all over. Short in every department. Right. So, so do you guys want to say goodbye?
Yeah, it's a shame we've all got kidney stones now.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. This is the regular host speaking
I
now.
don't think you'll listen.
I'll overthrow Rory next week. He's not having this spot for too long.
Boo.
What do you think,
Right.
guys? Rory or Henry?
Kingslayer.
Yeah, votes. We'll do a straw poll.
Comment
Yeah.
down below.
Right, anyway, thanks for coming. Actually, Rory, you say it
Ciao,
because you're
ciao.
host.
Thanks for coming, everyone. It's been lovely to entertain you, and good night.
Good night, love it. Right, bye.